Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite movies of recent times, Superman, the newest James Gunn venture. This movie's great. It is my personal favorite of recently, and superhero movies, generally has been suffering and you know not that great recently, but this is a reboot that has captured the essence of the character in a long time. I mean, Man of Steel was dark and brooding, basically Batman, but in Superman tights and Superman powers, it was not fun to watch because deep down I knew that was not Superman. Something kept me from uh, relating to that guy, as I'm sure many fans feel. This is by no means a dig at the Man of Steel or the movie. That movie was going for that feel, but I often, I just feel more in tune. I just more feel in line with this movie and what it's trying to tell. I like it. I like what this movie's given me. That's all I'm saying. So this is not dig at Snyder or Man of Steel or the DCU, but this is my bread and butter, and I have to thank James Gunn for that. So, getting into more details. David Brosnahan as Superman. I mean, he's new. Uh, but yeah, fine. Great. Really great. It's kind of a continuation of the 70s Christopher Reeve Superman. James Christopher Reeve Superman movies is kind of a continuation or reboot in that style, and they nail it. It's just so fun, so comedic. A lot of the comedy lands, and it's so fun. Hold on a second. So as I was saying, Superman is all about hope and, you know, this Boy Scout stuff. That was a really good, yeah, James Gunn has managed to preserve and capture that sense of wonder, really well. I love that. I was missing that recently. Uh, a lot of stuff. Flying through the air at high speed is not just a method of transportation, and how the Harry Potter movies made you feel when you're watching it. That is how you feel. I have not experienced it in a long time. A few years ago they re-aired Avatar in the US and in India and all over the world. They re-released Avatar, the first one. I had the fortune to see it in the United States. I was in the United States at the time. That movie made me feel like I was flying. I'm not talking about 4D stuff, just the sensory glee, just everything that you feel, the glee, the happiness that you feel when you see that. I'm happy to say that this movie, it really captured all that sensation. This movie really wants us to feel like Superman. All honorable and does whatever he can. He's he's not a perfect guy, Superman, in this movie, but he tries, and that's great. And that's the essence. Okay, the essence of Superman is captured. There it is. I am going on a tangent here. Okay, well, let's move on to the next point. Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is expertly played by Nicholas Hoult. He is everything that Jesse Eisenberg should have been. I knew I said earlier I wasn't digging at Snyder. This is not a dig at Snyder, but come on, man. Jesse Eisenberg is not Lex Luthor. He is not sporadic. He's not socially awkward. Lex Luthor is not socially awkward. In fact, he should be extremely, smooth talking and believable. That's how he's not. Lex Luthor as a character is not strong. It's his mind that keeps him ahead of Superman. In many of the greatest stories of the comics. And that is also really well captured in this. He's just a scrawny guy who hates Superman with a burning passion. It's so fun to watch. I mean, he's a terrifying villain when he is allowed to shine. So for all of that, he deserves praise. Lois Lane, after a long time, she's not a damsel in distress. For as much as I love the original Superman movies, Lois was a bit too much of a damsel. They have finally fixed that mistake. Lois is a great addition to these movies that actually helps and works in the story. I don't want to spoil anything, but the urge is so much. I am racing. So that is 3 areas that the new movie has improved, both over the classic Superman movies and undeniably, fixed the course of the Snyder. I shouldn't say Snyder. DCU. The DCU is fixed. I shouldn't say fixed. It's just a different approach, but I'm just so happy. Okay. One other thing that I really like is the music. The thing that I said, soaring through the sky, the visuals, the brightness, all of that helps. But a overwhelming thing that helps in that sensation is music and sound design. This movie has that in spades. I was literally listening to that few minutes ago before making this video, and maybe that's why I'm able to speak. This movie, these soundscape and visual are so tied vitally together that if you listen to the soundtrack, you can picturize the scene. There's a meditative quality to it, and also it has the bones, it has the skeleton of John Williams' original. If you listen to it back to back, you can hear it, but it's so much improved for the modern age. So those were our three leads: antagonist, protagonist, and the heroine of our story. Which brings us to the side characters. I am proud to introduce Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. I forgot the character's actual name. He's not Hal Jordan. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. But Nathan Fillion, man, I've only known you recently as Nolan. You're great as Nolan in The Rookie. I can't wait for the next season of The Rookie. I'm watching through it with such speed and vigor. Okay, this is turning into a personal message. Okay. But great seeing him again. And so much, like, it pivots so away from Nolan. He is actually really the reason the movie is so funny. I mean, he's at the butt of a few good jokes. There's a few lesser known characters. It's all great. The one thing I do think that could have been improved, this is kind of a personal thing, is that they could have used a bit more of John Williams' score. I mean, they do. There's skeleton of that theme. There's the bones of that theme all over the movie. It's going for the same general feel, and it's under there, but it could have been used a bit more overtly. I would have loved it. You know, when the studio name came on screen, there's a starting thud of that BGM. It took me back. Okay. It put me back in those shoes. Okay, so great. Anyone wanna re-experience DC? Go watch it. But like I said, this is a Superman that needs work. Superman that needs to. This is a great foundation. This could maybe build a new DC. I don't want to say DC Extended Universe. I want to say DC Cinematic Universe. Movie universe. Okay? They could have so many great stories. The buddy cop mechanic between Superman and Batman. Sorry, I said Spider-Man. They could do that though. Superman and Batman, the buddy cop mechanic. We're talking about the greatest cartoons. I mean, the greatest animated episodes have been about this pairing. They could have this in the movies soon. They could start what the MCU was to Marvel. If they are careful, what the MCU was could be started here. And I could not be here for it more. Because I want to become as invested in DC as I am in Marvel. So, all the best to James Gunn. Keep going forward with movies. And okay. So.